now, the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is, October 7th. We are in the final quarter of this.
Halloween.
Almost. You're scary enough, man. That's Halloween in here every day. But we're in the last quarter of the year already. I can't believe we're getting close to like the holiday times. Halloween. Well, Columbus Day first. Without him, we wouldn't even be here, of course. If we were, I'd be speaking with an accent more than likely. Then we have Halloween. Then we have Veterans Day. Then we have Thanksgiving. Then we have Christmas and Hanukkah and everything else. And then, of course, New Year's. And, John, that's only 3 months away. Any plans for New Year's? You got a new house, man.
Yeah.
Any plans for that?
Yeah, we're, yeah.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, we're going to have a housewarming, but nobody's coming. We're going to do it all with a Zoom.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's less cleanup. I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. We appreciate it, making you part of our day, me part of your day. I love it either way. Appreciate it. If you're watching us on Facebook, that's cool. If you're watching us on YouTube, that's even cooler. But, of course, if you're driving around town, like right now back east, it's about 3 p.m. Here it's noontime. So here people are wrapping up their morning activities like soccer with the kids and all that stuff. But you can take us on the go. Download the WWDBTV mobile app to your Android, WWDBTV LV to your iPhone products. Then, of course, in about 3 days-ish, if you already have the Roku channel, if you don't, here's an incentive to download it. You can download all the WWDBTV studio shows, all of which the plethora of multiple topics are covered on all the shows. And you'll be able to catch up with everything that is worth hearing and seeing and everything else. So please make sure you do that.
As the great Zen Bodhi said, we will teach you how to turn peanut butter into jelly.
He said that?
Yeah.
When did he say that?
In the commercial that he did.
Oh, for the studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
said
Gotcha.
that, we would teach people all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we do. We teach people mostly things what not to do. Anyway, that's right.
We are the bad example.
That's all right. Hey, you know what time it is? It is time for something that we like to call Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, that's right. This is time of the show where I get to share some newsly tidbits. But first, though, before I do that, my featured guest today, which you're not going to want to miss after our first break, he is an award-winning actor. You've seen him in many movies, I'm sure, that he's been in. Let me see. Where's my list here? Recently, my guest, Dustin Ardine. He has been seen starring in the award-winning feature film Death Club.
I want to see that.
Is it because of he's in it?
No, I saw the trailer.
Oh, okay. There you go. Also, he's in at the Cannes Film Festival. He's a male lead in a horror short called Birth. And then next up, Dustin will be seen starring in the upcoming films A Walking Miracle and Proving Ground. So can't wait to talk to him about that. Plus, we have some video content to show you of all the work that he does. Plus, when I read his full bio, I was talking with him for a few minutes before I went on the air. He was also a pro wrestler at one time and also actually had a wrestling school. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
But now it is time to go over some news and highlights of what's been going on since the last time we were together. I don't think last week we had any winners to announce, John, but this week I do have a couple.
Oh, cool.
There you go. Las Vegas Strip player hits this past weekend, hit on a slot for over $1 million. It was the Dragon Link slot machine. And this person, of course, you know, they come from the island of called Animosity. No, that's anonymously. According to a media release, the big hit happened at Caesars. Caesars Palace seems to be getting a lot of hits for winners, haven't they, John?
Well, are they really getting the hits more so than the other people, or are they just blowing their own horn? Probably
a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You know, I guess the more publicity you get, the better off you are. People want to come to try to win, right?
You bet.
All right. No, I don't bet. So the winner cashed in on a jackpot of $1.185 million, as I said, on the Dragon Link slot machine. Now, here's this. Here's the kicker. The same day, another player won for $264,000 thanks to a mega progressive jackpot with a royal flush at the Link Hotel. Isn't the Link owned by Caesars too, John?
I think so.
Well, there you go. So it's still a Caesars property. So Caesars has been hot lately. By the way, speaking
Yeah, well, wait till April. He'll be in trouble.
that's right. That darn W-4 form, wherever they have to fill out W-2. Speaking.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I meant March.
March. Why March?
The Ides of March.
Oh, I got you. Yes, I see it. Good morning, Jennifer. Thank you for tuning back in. Jennifer will be out here in. By the way, Jennifer, I am off Monday, and Monday is the better day, or Tuesday morning when you come into town. Just FYI, message me. Here's another one. This guest turns a $10 bet into $1.5 million after hitting a jackpot downtown Las Vegas. According to, go ahead.
Downtown?
Downtown.
Wow.
Yeah, wait till you hear where. According to a post from IGT, the unidentified winner was playing the Wheel of Fortune triple gold spin slot machine at the Golden Nugget.
Wow.
Yep. They say the player placed $10 to win $1,520,749, and let's not forget 60 cents. But of course, John, you know what my question is with all these winners, right?
Yes.
What is it?
How much have they spent in their lifetime to get that?
There you go.
My bet is, my guess is not 1.5 million.
No, probably not. Probably
Well,
not.
if they spend $100,000 to get 1.5, I'd say that's a pretty good ROI.
Yeah,
Don't you?
that's not a bad investment. I would take that. First, though, you have to have the $100,000 to bet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, your kids don't need to go to college anymore.
No, they're
They
just
get a student loan.
they're just no, wait, that's a whole nother we had that conversation yesterday or whatever, right? Okay. Now, with Halloween, I'm glad you mentioned Halloween earlier, John, because around town, some of the favorite things people like to do, which I think they're already starting or will be starting very soon, are the haunted houses.
Oh, yeah.
All around, you can see them in the different big parking lots, the malls.
Most of them started the last week in September.
There you go. Once again, proving it's never too early to start on a holiday 3 months later.
Yeah.
So Freakling Brothers, which is one of the bigger companies that does haunted houses. Not that I know, because I don't like haunted houses. If I want to get scared, I just look at my checking account every day. So Freakling Brothers announced that they would not continue their 2023 run despite coming close to doing an abridged season. The attraction in 2022 was held in the IKEA parking lot in the Southwest Valley, but it wasn't clear if that location was the location the group had said fallen through. That's the problem. The location that they were going to be at had fallen through. Something happened.
Wait. So the Freakling Brothers is not going to do their haunted house this year?
Freakling Brothers said they will be dedicating the time off this year to finalizing a big comeback in 2024.
Well, we know a lot of people, local talent here that was counting on that.
Yep.
We're going to be part of it, part of the cast.
And I think one of them we know, don't we?
We know a few of them.
Miss Nicole Vegas, right?
Yeah.
That's one of them. So you can find their posts on social media, but the group posted on social media in September that it was working on securing a new location. Despite the setback, the group still held auditions for this year, but unfortunately, because of everything that went on, their location fell through. Here's something to keep in mind in the future, John. I know you have this with your new Shenandoah house. They need 2 to 3 acres of land to put on their show. That's a big chunk of land.
They could do it in our backyard.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's huge.
We have a gate so they don't have to go through the house.
That's right. Just set up on the property. Don't ring the bell on your way through. Hey, are you one of these people do you like to give out Halloween candy?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
When you run out of candy, do you do the light switch thing? Like normally if you give out candy, they want you to turn your porch light on or outside light on. And then
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this way it's a safer place when the kids walk up, they're not walking to a house that's dark. And then when you're done, or if you're not interested in handing out candy, you don't turn the outside light on because then people know don't go to that house.
Gotcha.
So you give it. So now you have to turn your outside light on
Yeah,
to
when I run out, I just been yelling at them, get out of here.
like Walter, is that right?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Take your shit and get out.
Get off my lawn.
That's right. You're that guy, aren't you?
I like that guy. I don't have a lawn though.
Well, get off my rocks,
Yeah.
right?
That's it.
Or get off my driveway, one or the other. All right, something that we've been talking about for quite some time because it's been in the news quite some time, but coming up in a month, I guess, almost 5 weeks from now, the Formula One race will be happening here over about 3.5 miles of strip land and everything else. boy, I can't wait because the traffic now getting from one side to the other and the travesty of I-15 right around what was the Tropicana exit, which they've been working on for what now, about a year and a half, it seems like.
Yeah.
So all of that hopefully will be, when it's done and everybody clears out of here for Formula One, some driving will be maybe a tad easier. I don't know. But then here's the thing. They may keep coming back for the next, they have a contract, I think, don't they?
I think so, but I think they're getting desperate for people to come and watch it because I just saw a thing yesterday that they are offering tickets to locals for $200.
That's the article I'm leading into, my friend. You got it.
Oh, okay.
No. That's no.
Spoil it,
No, you're good. But here's the thing with those tickets. They are single day.
Yeah.
Ticket sales strictly for Nevada residents. So it's a single day that will launch exclusively for Nevada residents, which launched actually yesterday.
And I think most of the Las Vegas locals
Don't care.
wouldn't even go there if it was free.
No, I'd be one of them.
I'm not going down there.
That's right. Hell with that, man. So according to a news release this past Friday, yes, Nevada residents will be able to access single-day grandstand tickets starting at $200 plus taxes and fees. Formula One also noted that single-day hospitality tickets for Nevada residents will start at $1,200 plus taxes and fees.
Yeah, right.
So if you're interested, today is the last day that you can take advantage of that up through midnight tonight.
And do they finance that? Or?
Yeah, did I take payments? According to Formula One, all single-day tickets will include admission to live entertainment, fan activations, and food and beverage offerings in the following areas at a various price range. You have the T-Mobile Zone at the Sphere, PG2 Grandstand at East Harmon Zone by Virgin Hotels, Heritage, Heineke House, Club Paris, and Club SI. Formula One releases race and road closure schedule. This should be fun. Let me see. We'll have marks. Okay. F1 provided the following schedule for the upcoming event. Gates open at 6 p.m. Pacific time each day on Thursday, November 16th through Saturday, November 18th with the following on-track programming. Here you go. Thursday, November 16th, there's a free practice one, 8:30 p.m., and then there's another one at midnight. Friday, November 17th, free practice number 3, 8:30 p.m. Qualifying for the race will actually start at midnight. I guess they are driving this race at night, huh?
Yeah.
Guess you need to have your night goggles.
Yeah.
Saturday, November 18th, the Las Vegas Grand Prix begins at 10 p.m. That's the thing about that. That's 10 p.m. here. That's 1 a.m. East Coast. Who in God's name is going to be up at 1 a.m. in the East to watch this race? Probably a ton of people.
A bunch of drunks.
Obviously. And they're going to wonder, why is the race going in a circle?
Yeah.
Formula One said fans with tickets in the T-Mobile Zone at the Sphere will have access to a variety of live entertainment, including performances from J Balvin, Major Lazer, Mark Ronson, Kylie Minogue, I have no idea, and more. I hate names I can't pronounce. There you go. Who is it?
Kylie Minogue.
You actually know who that is?
Yes,
That's
she's an entertainer, a singer.
All right. Ask a
I
stupid.
know who it is.
Oh, okay. Ask a question. You get a stupid question back. Anyway. Fox 5 asked some Las Vegas residents if they plan to take advantage of the discount locals. Quote, this is from Robert McCutcheon, said, getting down there is a headache enough that the $200 ticket would not impress me very much.
Yeah. Okay.
This one also, it's fun, but it's noisy. Laurent Garrigues noted, saying he'd prefer watching the broadcast instead. To be there directly on the track, it's not the same as watching it on TV. But DeAndre Satchel, his interest peaked. $200 is actually a really nice price, he said. I've seen how they're trying to set up the whole strip. That's going to be a really exciting event. That's a fair price. I want to know what he's smoking.
Okay.
Anyway, you won't catch me. Maybe 10 p.m. my time on that weekend. I'll be back from the East Coast earlier in the week. I'm not going to be up watching that race. But I will say this. Thank you all for coming and leaving your money behind. I'll say that for sure.
You know, we need to do a show on the Sphere.
On the Sphere?
Yeah.
Inside the bubble?
Or outside or whatever. Just, we need to get, we know some people that work there.
We do?
Yeah.
You know people maybe I don't know?
Yeah.
Do I know the same people?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to talk off camera.
Okay.
All right. With that, we're going to step aside for our first break. By the way, I want to introduce, we have a new sponsor please keep an eye out for the message from Double 8 Design Studios. They do some good work. Plus, of course, they're good friends over at Desert Valley Gallery. You're watching Aaron's Hour. My guest, Dustin Ardine, will join me on the other side of the break. We'll be right back. Most business owners struggle with the following issue. How do I brand my business to get noticed? Double 8 Design Studio helps businesses by designing brands that boost confidence, look and feel timeless, stand out from the competition, and attract all the right clients. Whether you are in need of a new brand, upgraded design elements, or completely redesign your current brand, Double 8 Design Studio has fully customized packages for your business. Call Chelsea McKendrick at 702-525-3334 and visit www.double8designstudio.com. Let Double 8 Design Studio give you a brand new outlook for your business. Are you looking for someone to provide training to your staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronshour.vegas and book me for your next event or training needs. Are we back?
Hey, we're back.
We're back. All right.
We're back.
We are back, which is great from our commercial break. All right. I hope you enjoyed. Listen, if you need any graphics and stuff done seriously, make sure you head over to Chelsea and get them to help you out. They've done some great work for me. Now, with that, without further ado, as they say, is that what you dip your sandwich in? Oh, no, that's au jus. Au jus? All right. With that, he's been waiting patiently.
Au jus is your hair.
You do your hair?
Yeah,
I don't do my hair.
That's a great ado, man.
It's been a long time since I've worried about hair. All right, with that, it's time to bring in. He is a Best Acting Award winner, Best Actor of the Year at the Mediterranean Film Festival, opposite famed actress Radha Mitchell, who won Best Actress of the Year, Best Actor at the Red Corner Film Festival. He's got so many awards and he's met so many people doing what he's done at this time.
What the hell's he doing on this show?
I don't know. I guess, you know what? He may have to fire his agent after showing up on this is a low. Dustin Ardine joins us. Good morning, Dustin. How are you, sir?
Good morning. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing very fine. Thank you very much. He should listen, folks. He's out in LA and he was silly enough to tease us here in the studio with a picture off of his balcony or wherever he is. You want to show that to everybody? Look at that view.
We've got poolside here in beautiful Los Angeles.
Wow, I'm jealous. You know what? I want to go back to heat and a pool. That's what I want right now. Dustin, thank you for joining us today, making some time to visit with us. Greatly appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Thanks for having me.
So one of the things I always like to ask my guests, no matter what industry they're in or not, what was your aha moment for you when you knew that acting was for you, that's where you wanted to go, that's where you wanted to be? So tell us about that. Tell us your story and how you got to getting into acting.
Well, I was 6 years old at the time, and my dad had actually put on Return of the Jedi. And so I sat there and watched that, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do with my life. And I told my dad right then and there I was going to become an actor. And he said, "Hey, you know, if you think you can do it, go after it." You know, and I come from a very, I guess, conservative background. My dad's a postman, and my mother's a nurse. You know, so they're the believe in hard work people, and they instilled that in me. So I just took that and I said, well, you know, I know and I believe in myself, and I know that if I work hard enough, I'll get there and hopefully eventually get the shots that I need to keep going.
Where are you originally from?
I was born in Reno, Nevada, and lived out there for a long time. But then my dad was from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So we moved out to Pittsburgh, and I've lived in Florida, Ohio. I've lived in almost every state in the union at this point. But you know, I came out to Cali a couple years back to attend the beautiful New York Film Academy over here, and been out here ever since. Right.
What was the very first, regardless of age, what was the very first moment you were on stage?
Very first moment I was on stage was probably 6 months after, you know, that epiphany. You know, being on stages in local theaters, and then I was a theater major in school, and you know, I'm actually getting my PhD right now in communications with a focus in film and media studies. So film and acting and just the whole industry is pretty much my life.
Where, well, obviously it's paid off for you because the credits and the accolades that you've already received are plentiful. And as we go through our time together, I'm going to throw some crazy questions out at you that are a little off the beaten path. So as an actor, I'm sure you'll brace for the spontaneity of the shenanigans on the show. So, so you, obviously this has been a lifer for you as you said, you had this epiphany. So, besides the Return of the Jedi, who were some of the stars or actors or actresses that you maybe patterned yourself after, or were the ones like, this is how I want to be on camera? Give us some of your folks that you helped make you who you are.
Well, I was actually named after Dustin Hoffman, so that's got to be number one right there. So my father wanted a different name for me, but my mother, luckily, for me, pulled rank and said, no, I want to name him after Dustin Hoffman, who was her favorite actor.
Right
so
on.
Dustin is definitely one of them. And then when you go back to that time frame, you got Dustin Hoffman, you got Robert De Niro, who's one of the greatest of all time. And then growing up, I remember that my brother had a movie in his room that I just noticed, and it was a film called Romper Stomper, and it starred Russell Crowe.
Okay.
And of course, since I saw that movie, Russell Crowe's been my number one. That I've kind of patterned myself after. I became a method actor, because of the way that he, kind of has this chameleon-like ability to change himself up for the roles that he plays. And I said, that's how I kind of want to be perceived. I always change my weight. I change my look. Right now I'm actually growing my beard because the very next role that I have is playing a pirate. And I'm actually about a week away from shaving my head completely so that I can put on this little raggedy wig and everything. I've already gone down, done my measurements, but they're doing like a big homage to the Pirates of the Caribbean. So I'm part of that whole thing, working with three-time Oscar winner V. Neal, who's just been absolutely amazing. She's wonderful, and I'm very privileged and happy to be part of it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the bald look. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and it's interesting you bring that role up, because next week here in Vegas at Sunset Park is a huge annual Renaissance fair. Mm-hmm. And it's pirates and punk and everything. Matter of fact, one of my guest hosts on my previous show this morning is into that. And next week he's got to fill back in, and he's coming in full Pirates gear, because from here he's going down. He's got to go down to the fair. So I said, hey, look, man, just make it easy on yourself. Just come in full gear, whatever you want. So it's interesting you bring that up as well. So the people you named as your favorites, Dustin Hoffman and the like, have you met them in person yet?
No, I met. I was at one of the first openings. Actually, it was in Reno. The very first openings of Planet Hollywood, like when they very first opened and came out. Jean-Claude Van Damme was there, who was always a big fan of his. Arnold and Stallone, who Stallone's another one that I've absolutely loved his career and followed it. And I mean, he got so many iconic characters.
Oh yeah.
I was able to shake hands with a couple of them back then. My dad kind of pushed me to the front of the line, kind of thing, and it was wonderful. But no, I have not gotten a chance to work with Dustin or Russell yet, but would absolutely love to. I would want to work with somebody and just be able to shake their hand and say thank you very much for my name.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Hopefully, he doesn't want any money back in return for the name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like rental rights, copyrights, things like that. No, but that's good though. I mean, you meet your stars, you meet the people that you hold in such reverence, and again, being a wrestling fan and doing what I've done, I've met some of the wrestlers, and we'll get into that in a little bit too for you, because it'll be fun. But I've met some of these wrestlers that I've watched on TV, and it's like, you know what? If you as the fan, you walk up to them and you present yourself in a personal and professional way, most stars will at least give you some sort of time of day and chat with you for a minute or two. And
absolutely.
Every one of them that I've been able to do that with the roles that I've been in and have had the opportunity to chat with have been aces. It's so they kind of live up to the hype in your brain that, they're stars and this and that. And you know what? You get a chance to meet them, and you know what? They really live up to where you put them in your own mental pedestal.
Absolutely.
Pretty.
I've met quite a few, especially in the wrestling world, and the entertainment industry as well, that do that. They live up to the hype, like you said. And then I've unfortunately met ones that don't.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I won't
but,
ask. I won't ask you to name any of those. We'll stay clear.
yeah,
Of that.
yeah, exactly. But I was actually just out in Vegas last week, and I saw all the like a couple of the advertisements for the Renaissance Festival, because we go every year to the Renaissance Festival. And I remember I used to go growing up. I was actually part of a guild out there at the Tahoe International Film Festival, or the Tahoe Renaissance Festival that they have out there every year. And it was always a blast. It's always a blast to go back and just have fun and just cut loose and have fun with your friends.
Oh, absolutely. And I want to just tell my audience that the connection of having Dustin in studio, because I knew he was coming in, but we just couldn't make it work with you coming into Vegas and your schedule. Otherwise, we would have had him live. But the next time you come into Vegas, give me a heads up, man. I'd love to have you live in studio.
Absolutely. I'd love to. Yeah, we went down there for the Vegas Movie Awards. So I was down there, and I actually won Best Actor for my film Birth there ago, and we went down there, saw their whole gala thing. It was amazing. They did a great job with their whole gala and the presentation and the award ceremony and everything like that. So definitely shout out to the Vegas Movie Awards, and went out there and actually came away 200 up. So that's always good. When you go to Vegas and you come back up, even if it's only a little bit, it's like, hey, I came back up. So.
Well, I was just going to say, let's see. Somebody won $500,000, $1.5 million. No, I don't see her name on any of the millions of dollars. They're both anonymous. So for all I know, it could have been you. I don't know.
Maybe. But not this trip. Maybe next trip.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, definitely when you do come into town, I'd love to have the opportunity to at least catch up with you over lunch or something, if we can make that happen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. So I'm going to throw a couple of oddball questions out at you that have nothing to do with anything other than because they're curiosity to me. So
Absolutely.
Here you go. Plus, they're side interests to people watching. Who is, now I know you mentioned a couple, so maybe it's one of them or not. You probably did answer it. Who is your favorite actor of all time?
Favorite actor of all time? I mean, obviously you can go back to, Lon Chaney, because I'm such a student of the industry. So going back to Lon Chaney Sr., Jr., obviously Marlon Brando's up there. But for me personally, just because of the impact he's had on my life and my career, I definitely have to stick with Russell Crowe.
All right. Very cool. Who's your favorite actress on the other side of the aisle of all time?
Actress of all time. Again, I have so many, wonderful ones that I've watched for years. I mean, you got Dame Maggie Smith. You have Kate Winslet, who I think is probably the greatest actress working, in the industry today. But when I was a kid, I had the fortune of watching The Addams Family. And so right there, my very first crush, my first, crush when I was a kid was Snow White. But then right after Snow White was Wednesday Addams, and I followed Christina Ricci's career forever. And so she would have to be my favorite actress of all time.
Right on. There you go. Did you like her in, what was it, Casper? She was in Casper also, right?
Absolutely.
She was the daughter in that. All right.
She's done so many great roles, outside of that ever since, she was a kid actor. I mean, her with Samuel L. Jackson, and, she just did the one with Liam Neeson, and she starred with so many big names.
Absolutely. My producer, John, has his hand up. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Dustin, have you seen the new series, Wednesday?
Which one?
Wednesday.
Oh, the new series Wednesday. Yeah, I've actually seen a couple of it because my niece is obsessed with it. My niece loves it. She does the TikTok Wednesday dance and everything like that. And
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Christina Ricci's in that, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. She plays I believe one of the teachers.
Right.
It was brilliantly done. They did. I'm also a huge Addams Family fan, and Carolyn Jones was my favorite.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll still take Lily Munster over her.
Yeah.
Definitely with the Munsters. Actually, when I was growing up around 15, 16, and I just started pro wrestling, I would get Eddie Munster chants because I looked like Eddie, I guess. And so yeah, it was a fun time getting called Eddie.
So along those lines, here's a question that's been debated like it seems like forever: Ginger or Marianne?
Gotta go Marianne.
Everybody pretty much does in that one.
Gotta go Marianne.
All right. Favorite all-time movie, so that when it comes on, you grab your significant other, you grab some popcorn, some adult beverages, you turn your phone off, you don't want to be disturbed until the movie's over. What movie is that for you?
I mean, obviously with Star Wars being such a huge impact on my life, you got to have Star Wars there. But My favorite movie of all time is actually one that not a lot of people heard of when it came out. It was a 1999 film called Instinct with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Anthony Hopkins. It's a beautiful film, beautiful story. The acting is tremendously, just amazing. And every single time that film comes on, I show that to people in my personal life, and every single time I get a different reaction, like, wow, that was so amazing, or wow, why'd you make me watch that? It made me cry, or just all this kind of stuff.
All right. Before we go to break, we have a couple of your videos ready to roll and show a little bit. Which one I'm going to have you select. Which one would you like us to show as we go out to break? We have the stunt and fight reel, the Death Club trailer.
Death Club trailer.
Well, I guess we got that one answered right there. We'll do Death Club because it actually was filmed out there in Vegas. We filmed at the famous Embassy nightclub. So yeah, we'll start with that one.
All right, let's go to that one.
On streaming services like Amazon Prime and a couple of the other ones on October 27th.
Okay,
Cool.
perfect.
I'll be watching.
So here you have it. We're going to watch a Death Club trailer with Dustin Ardine in the movie, and then we're going to take our break, and then we'll be back with more with Dustin. Watch this.
Fantastic.
Looks like this place has never been closed.
Now, I do remember there were a lot of cops here.
People doing drugs, having sex on the dance floor.
Hey, is somebody else here? There's somebody else in here. Quit screwing around and come on down here and party with us. Get the fuck away from me! Get away from me!
Get over yourself.
Do you think I'm pretty?
Don't care about me. I only care about her. Do you think I'm pretty?
It's gorgeous.
You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery. I've gotta have it.
So colorful.
I can't live without it. You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. I want to thank our friend. That was a great video, little trailer there. I'm not a big horror fan. If I want to get that scared, I just look at my checking account every day.
Yeah.
So, hey, I want to thank our friends over at Desert Valley Gallery, located at Tivoli Village. John, isn't something going on over there?
Yeah, I think that if you go in there and you talk about something or mention somebody's name or something, you might get something. Details on that?
I just might have details. So if you need a gift or just want art and whatever you want to do to show off what you love around pop culture and stuff, go down to Desert Valley Gallery, Tivoli Village, because now through December 31st, your first $1,000 up to your first $1,000 purchase, $1,000 or more, you get 20% off your purchases for your first visit. Do it. Mention Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips, WWDBTV. And in this case, if you want to mention Dustin's name, that's cool too. Go in there, Tivoli Village, and get 20% off your first purchase of $1,000 or more. And John, my big mathematician, how much does that save you on $1,000?
That saved you $200, man.
That's barely enough gas nowadays. Anyway, so check them out as well. We want to thank them as well. All right, let's get back to it. So as I watched the trailer, Dustin, a thought came to mind. What's it like to see yourself on screen? I mean, here you are, you're at home, you're on a balcony, you just watched the trailer, you go, man, that's me up there. What's it like to see yourself on the screen with the films and parts that you've had over the years?
It's surreal is definitely a word that I can say for it. I absolutely love what I do, and this is what I've wanted to do my entire life. And first and foremost, I think that it's a privilege to be part of anything that I am lucky enough to be part of, and any characters that I'm entrusted to bring to life. And then when you see the finished product and everything that you go through for it, because in that film I did my own stunts, as I stunt trained and fight choreography trained, and it was wonderful being out there. Ronnie's an amazing director. He's wonderful. I went out there for actually just vacation, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, go. They're auditioning for a film down there. You should go down and try out." I ended up getting the male lead of it, so I was very, very happy, and it was a privilege to work with all those talented individuals, and can't wait for the movie now to reach the public and everybody actually get a chance to see the film. We went down to the opening of it in Vegas when they had it, and it was on the big screen, and it's wonderful to see that come to life. I mean, me personally, I'm more comfortable in character than I am, I guess, just being me. So I always dive deep into my roles, and one of the scenes in there was where I get smacked in the face, and Ronnie came over to me and he was like, "Well, okay, method actor," and I was like, "She can hit me as hard as she wants to. I don't care." So we ended up doing that take many, many, many times, and I had big, welts all over my face from it. But they were all wonderful, and great cast, great crew, and it's wonderful to see the film actually get to the people now after the pandemic and just everything going on right now, with the strike and just a bunch of stuff. It's great to have it actually get out there.
Right, and you said it's debuting when and where again? Please share that again.
It's going to be on, I know for sure, Amazon Prime, and Patel, with the producers of it, Neil Patel, they actually have started their own streaming platform that will be on the Patel app. So it'll be on there as well, and it will be October 27th, just in time for Halloween.
Great. I love it. And then when I'm going to I'm just going to watch it just to see you get slapped to see what the final cut was.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a good one.
Yeah, that part was cut.
Yeah, that hit the floor. Right.
Hey, I've had that happen before where I do a big stunt and then it gets cut and it was all for nothing. But again, I mean, it's all part of the journey and the greatness of making a film.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So your next projects, let's talk about what you have coming up next. What's on the horizon for you? What can we see?
Actually, last year at this time, I went down to Atlanta and I filmed for a movie called The Walking Miracle, which actually starred all the Baldwin brothers. It was actually directed by Daniel Baldwin. It had Billy Baldwin, Stephen Baldwin. I think Alec was shooting his own film at that time, so he was the only Baldwin brother not involved. But it had Mickey Rourke, and it had Denise Richards, Dina Meyer, Dean Cain. It had a great ensemble cast, and I was fortunate enough to get cast in the role of Dr. Grant, and it's a beautiful film about the perseverance of the human spirit. And I can't wait for that one to come out. But I went down to Atlanta and filmed that one for a little bit. And that one should be coming out either later this year or hopefully early next year.
Right on. Yeah, and I have the list here of you mentioned everybody that's in it. So do you walk up to Dean Cain and say, "Hello, Superman"? That's what I want to know.
I mean, definitely, you kind of have to.
Right?
That's where you're just like, yes, sir, Mr. Superman. Absolutely.
Exactly.
But I mean, some of the people I actually got a chance to work with on screen, like Denise Richards and Stephen and Billy Baldwin, and then Daniel as the director was just phenomenal. And it was a wonderful time being down there with all the whole cast and the whole crew and shooting a bigger film like that I'm hoping will be released here pretty soon.
Right on. What's your favorite genre of movie that you like to film? Because obviously we just saw the horror one. Now we talked about this other one now, which is, like you said, is a feel-good story. What is your favorite genre that you like to do?
For me, genre, I mean, it ultimately comes down to the story, because one of the things that drew me to Death Club was that, in horror films, throughout the years, we have these like archetype type characters that you see in a lot of horror films. But what this film does is they take those archetypes and kind of turn them on themselves, which is one of the things that really drew me to this script. As far as my personal, I love drama. I'm a big drama fan. Obviously, being a fan of Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, Russell Crowe, all of them. I love dramatic roles that really test you as an actor and really bring heart to the script for the audience. And I love action films. I get cast more for action or drama type roles, but I also love comedy. I did it was like a $3 million feature film. It was mostly done in Mandarin, called L.A. Kidnapping. It's filmed out here, and I got cast for just a smaller role. It was a comedic role, and I was cast as this very flamboyant biker. And at that time, I had gained almost 85 pounds for a role called Ariadne, which was a dramatic modern day retelling of the Greek story of Minotaur and Theseus and Ariadne. And I got cast in the Minotaur character. So the director was like, you got to put on all this weight. So I was eating everything in sight, working out about 3 times a day just to look like a big house. And immediately following that one, I got the role in Birth, which is another horror film about demon possession. And the director was like, I want you for the lead, but you got to lose everything. And so I said, okay, how long do I have to do that? And they said, well, we start shooting about 4.5 months. So for 4.5 months, I didn't eat anything. I ate nothing. I just survived on water, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It was bad. And I didn't eat again until after we had wrapped on Birth. So I dropped all that weight. And but shooting that comedy, because I was I trained with the Groundlings out here in Los Angeles, and love doing improv, love doing comedy. And I was on set of L.A. Kidnapping, and it was only supposed to be just a minor little role that I got. And I'd had so much fun with it and improv so much that I just kept throwing stuff out, and I was making the director laugh and everything. And I ended up getting a much bigger part of it, and my part was actually seen in the trailer for, which I was very surprised on such a small role. But yeah, I mean, I love any genres, but drama would have to probably be my personal favorite.
Right on. Now, in some of the chatting that we did when you and I first connected, your significant other's also in the industry, yes?
Yes, she is. My fiance is a makeup artist out here, and she's been in the industry. We met on a film we did about 6 years ago called I'm Not For Sale. It was a film about human trafficking, and it actually starred Tom Sizemore, myself, Daytime Emmy Award winner Judy Evans, and it was a wonderful film to shoot. But that was another that we just spoke of, where that film is still yet to come out. I've still not seen pretty much any of it, which hopefully it will eventually come out. But I'm not sure what happened behind the scenes with it. But that's all we were told, is that it's in a kind of permanent hiatus. But I met her, and we became really good friends on that film. We've known each other for a long time. And I proposed last year at Disneyland. I took her to Disneyland and proposed in front of the Millennium Falcon out there. Big, again, huge Star Wars fan. And yeah, she's out here, and she actually just got done doing a couple films and a Netflix show. So yeah, it's wonderful when you have different people in your life that are involved in the industry in some way.
And what is her name?
Georgiana Lane Fiesta.
There you go.
Yeah, she's wonderful. She does special effects. She does glamour, gore, blood, all that other kind of wonderful stuff.
Well, if she comes out with you the next time you come to Vegas, I got to see if she can do something about this. I've
had her work on me all the time, so absolutely.
Well, and you know what? You're both in the same industry, but at different ends of it. And I think it's probably to have a spouse who understands that, or significant other, soon to be spouse, that both of you can appreciate each other's job, because you obviously sit in makeup chairs to get made up. She is the applique, but to understand the industry, to have that same person that kind of gets it, has also got to be somewhat helpful when you're home, even though you try to separate home from work and not make it a home issue. But you all have frustrations that when you have someone that gets it, is also probably a very healthy thing as well. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because I tell a story all the time of when we were on the set of that film, she wanted nothing to do with me. She actually pawned me off to the other makeup artist that we had on the film, because she didn't know, what method acting kind of is. So she just seen me. I was the like number one, henchman to the main villain. That was kind of my role. It's kind of her adopted son. So I would be just in a bad mood on set the whole time and rambling to myself and just keeping myself in the character. And she's like, okay, I'm staying as far away from that guy as I possibly can. But then, one day I had to actually sit in her makeup chair, and she couldn't pawn me off. So then we got to know each other, and she was like, oh, okay, I get it. And then once, now with me either changing the way that I look or my weight or just any of that, getting hurt on stunts and, whatever have you, she's definitely understanding of it. But you have to be kind of a little crazy to be in this industry in the first place.
But it's, again, good to have somebody who understands not only the craziness of it, but also the lifestyle. She knows that my career is the number one thing to me. I know that her career is the number one thing to her, and we're right there with each other together.
Absolutely. That's what makes the relationships work, when you support each other and you're there for each other. All right, I'm going to ask you one or two more crazy questions before we take our last break of the show. What is your favorite music genre?
My favorite music genre, I'm very much an eclectic, so I love all different types of music. I'm one of the only people that I know that can listen to Slipknot and then all of a sudden listen to Michael Jackson, or listen to smooth jazz, or anything like that. I mean, I love classical music, but my favorites would probably have to be rock. I mean, just definitely rock, pop. Those would be some of my favorites. Again, I can go from listening to one of my favorite bands, Creedence Clearwater Revival, to Creed, to Limp Bizkit, to in and outs, back and forth, all the time. Okay. And then anytime I'm out there in Vegas, obviously we play Sinatra, we play Elvis, we play all the hits.
We got to go with the local favorites, right? The mood of the music. So picture this: you're in your car in LA, you're stuck at a red light, which I'm sure happens an awful lot. As you're sitting there, your favorite song comes on the radio that you just have to karaoke sing it. You bebop in the song. You don't care what anybody's seeing inside your car as you're doing this. What song is that for you?
For me, that would open up so many. I mean, obviously by Michael Jackson. I'm also a huge Meatloaf fan. So I mean, I would do anything for love, or
Paradise,
Paradise, Dashboard Light. I mean, even crossing genres into his song from I just completely blanked the name. It's one of the greatest musicals of all time.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
But no, I mean, any musical film that I love, Grease, or any of that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Too Hot. That's the name of the song. Too Hot.
Okay, there you go. Very cool.
Hot Patootie. That's another one that's wonderful as well.
Those must be all on your mixtapes.
Oh yeah, they're all on my Pandora. I just put on one of the stations, and they all just go about it.
All right, we're going to step aside for our last break of the show. When we come back, we have a little more to do with Dustin, and then we can all enjoy the rest of our day. So you're watching Aaron's Hour. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's a show. It's all a show. They want us to know exactly who they are. And they want us to know that they are not afraid of us. And they want us to know this is only the beginning.
Most business owners struggle with the following issue. How do I brand my business to get noticed? Double 8 Design Studio helps businesses by designing brands that boost confidence, look and feel timeless, stand out from the competition, and attract all the right clients. Whether you are in need of a new brand, upgraded design elements, or completely redesign your current brand, Double 8 Design Studio has fully customized packages for your business. Call Chelsea McKendrick at 702-525-3334 and visit www.double8designstudio.com. Let Double 8 Design Studio give you a brand new outlook for your business.
You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery. I've gotta have it.
So colorful.
I can't live without it. You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery.
All right, welcome back. Want to remind you, Desert Valley Gallery, head up there for some great opportunity from now to the end of the year. Go in there, mention Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips, Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV, or just tell them the sun is yellow. Either way, I don't really care. Just go in there. They are offering a 20% discount on your first purchase of $1,000 or more. But you know what? In all honesty, just go in there and buy something. Tell them you heard about them here on the show.
They got some cool stuff.
They really do. And you can tell folks that when you use the word gallery, most people think of these dark, dank places of pictures and it's wooden walls. This is a very bright and upbeat location.
It reminds me of Disneyland for artists. And
you know what?
I mean, all kinds of artists.
That is good. You can also check them out online to see the pieces, but you can't buy anything online.
Right.
Everything is direct. All right. With that, we have about.
Because it's sold by the time you get down there.
I know, just like a good house that's on the market.
I'll get down there next time I go in there. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and as soon as we went to break, like it hit right in my head. It was Rocky Horror Picture Show. Opportunity from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was like, of course.
There you go. All right. All right. Well,
just keep on chugling, dude.
That's personal. Anyway, all right. We talked about this a little bit earlier before we went on the air, and it's a great segue because you also were a professional wrestler for a while.
Yes, I was. I started wrestling when I was 14. I got trained by Dory Funk Jr. and AJ Styles and the Balor brothers, and it was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely. I met DDP. He's one of my favorites.
Well,
and yep. AJ is wonderful. He's a great guy. Was really, really wonderful to my career in the ring. And then when I was about 23, I owned and operated my own pro wrestling organization in Reno, Nevada, called Pro Wrestling Destination. We had weekly running wrestling shows on television. We would do shows all around the area at the Neal Road Rec Center. We did a show at Grand Sierra Resort, at Baldini's Casino. We were all over.
So obviously, I'm presuming the promotion is no longer doing wrestling shows. That's done.
No, about a little over a decade into it, I kind of had to decide because it was kind of getting in the way. I was too busy all the time to after my acting the way that I wanted to. So I kind of sat down and I was like, I love wrestling. I've absolutely loved my time in it. But the door, wasn't there for me. So I believe the door, was going to be there for me for acting. So I had to kind of make the hard decision of closing down the company. I sold everything that, we'd accrued during that time. Right. And I used that to transition myself out here to Los Angeles, go to the New York Film Academy. And, when I came out here to the New York Film Academy, I had paid for 2 years at the school, but had not, paid anything for my living expenses. So I slept out here in my car for 2 years while I went to the school.
Oh, geez. Well, but that's not an unusual story, right? For aspiring actors and actresses to be in that kind of circumstance till they get things going for them.
You got to do what you got to do.
Oh, absolutely. But the reason I bring that up is obviously we know, and anybody who doesn't, God bless them, wrestling is, shall we say, choreographed. I don't like to use the F word as in fixed. Somebody just jumped in the room. Tina Serrano says, I'm so proud of you.
That would be my mother.
Oh, hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Thank you for joining in. Very nice. Appreciate that. But, we know that wrestling is choreographed. We know it's staged. So you spent a lot of years in there, essentially 14, 15, 20 years, whatever it was in the industry. That had to have helped you transition into acting in your skill set because that's acting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, because I had started acting, way before that when I was 6. So I'd already had many years of acting under my belt, which actually, helped in the ring as well. Because, we again, you want to call the choreographing or the predetermination of it. That's kind of how I always word it is like it's predetermined, who's going over, who's not going over, kind of stuff like that. But when you have that skill set of learning to fall and being able to protect yourself, and not only the cardiovascular nature of having 45-minute matches, whatever it is, and not getting blown up, as they say in the industry. Yep. It definitely helps you to be able to transition that part of it to be able to do your own stunts, fight choreography, and then where some people have to do long running scenes and then they get winded, I'm able to go, hey, I want to do it again. Let's do it again.
Well, it's great that a lot of that skill set from the wrestling world you were able to transition and use where you needed it. And that's why I brought it up. I mean, do you follow wrestling still today or not? Do you have time to even?
My nieces absolutely love it. There's a couple of the big names that are in the industry. I knew way before there were big names, in the industry. I wrestled with obviously AJ is one of the big ones, but a lot of them that are in the industry now have been there for so many years.
Sure.
Climbing up, and the door was open for them, and they walked in it. So yeah, I still do follow it occasionally. Obviously, not as big as I did when I was growing up or when I was there. But yes, I did.
Right on. So here's a couple of, we're actually winding down time. So I've got 3 more sidetrack questions, and then we'll get back to the show that's coming out at the end of October. Number 1, who is your favorite superhero, Batman or Superman? And for the sake of being able to come back on the show, I hope you answer it correctly. No, I'm just kidding.
See, when I was growing up, I had the Superman curl. Which my mother would purposely put Superman curl, and obviously I grew up with the Christopher Reeves Superman. So Superman for me, is the epitome of a superhero. But again, as you grow older, you see different vantage points of life and different perspectives. Batman is right there as well. I mean, I absolutely love Batman. Again, I grew up with the Michael Keaton Batman and Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer. I absolutely love those films. I used to act them out when I was a kid all the time.
Well, if you ever watched the old TV series from the 60s with Adam West.
Oh, yeah, Adam West.
The cartoon at the beginning, I used to run from one end of my house to the other because my parents bought me the plastic cape and plastic cowl, and I'd run from one end of the living room to the other with the pow wham zam as he's running with Robin. So, yeah, I get it. A couple of messages have just snuck in here. I got in. Hi, Uncle Dusty.
One of my nieces.
There you go. And then I know I'm going to butcher the first name. I apologize. Shalon, Challenge, CH. What is it?
Shallon. That's my sister.
There you go. Shallon, thank you for tuning in. Reno wants Pro Wrestling Destination back. I love it. I'll tell you what, you bring it back, I will come up and do commentary for free.
Hey, that sounds like a good call.
All right. I have to do commentary tonight for Big Valley Wrestling. All right, couple other quick questions. If a movie were made about you in the future, who would you like to see star as you?
Starred as me. I mean, obviously, right off the bat, I've always wanted to be in a film where Russell Crowe was like my dad. So I think older version of me would definitely be Russell. I mean, as far as a younger version, there's so many talented actors out there. Right now, I couldn't really say. But if I could go back and pick any actor, it would be wonderful to have Dustin Hoffman play the role of the man who he gave his name to. That'd be kind of a really cool, surreal situation.
That was sort of like close the loop, wouldn't it?
Exactly, definitely.
Last goofy question I have for you is probably the only relatively serious one that I ask here. So here it goes. When the day comes, many years down the line, that you are standing at the pearly gates and the maitre d' is there to greet you, what is it you'd like to hear the maitre d' say to you upon your entrance into the pearly gates?
Well, I'm definitely a believer in God, a believer in heaven, and when that day comes, I just hope that he says, "Well done."
There you go.
I did what I was supposed to do.
Love it. Real quickly, give a pitch again for the movie that's coming out onto streaming service.
So I got a couple of them about to come out. So obviously Death Club is the one that's about to hit streaming services right now on October 27th. I know that it'll be on Amazon Prime. I know it'll be on the Patel app, which is a new streaming platform by the producers. I have a film that's a war film called Kareem's Hurrah coming out as well. That hits festivals later this year actually. And then A Walking Miracle, look out for that one. I'm hoping that one will hit either later this year or early next year.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing the premieres of these shows now. I have a reason to watch a scary movie.
Good. And I did my job. I gave you the reason to watch the film.
I actually did a little voiceover for a movie called Live Escape for a local director here in town. It's 15 seconds. I play like a police sergeant over the radio looking for his cops who get caught in this horror house. Anyway, it's me in the movie. And it's like on Amazon for $1.99, right? I still haven't watched it to hear myself because it's a horror flick. And I'm in the movie for 12 seconds. Anyway, Listen, it's been a treat spending this time with you. Thank you so much for making the time to do this. We're going to do it again when you come into town. I'd love to. Worst case, we'll meet up for lunch or something and just chat more. Thank you so much for joining us, Dustin Ardine. Thank you again for coming on. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you guys very much. Thanks everybody for watching, and please, like, share, everything.
There you go. Absolutely. All right. With that, everybody, thank you for watching. I have no idea who my guest is next week. I take it week by week, and maybe Dustin again if he's got something else he wants to talk about. I don't know. We'll figure it out during the week. Just watch my platform. As always, though, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. See ya.